Yoko Geri, side kick. You can practice this from whichever stance you want. You can practice any kick from whichever stance you want. The choice is entirely yours. But for beginners, I will practice it from haikadech. Easier. You don't have to worry too much about too many things really. So for beginners, I think I've shown this on one of our grading videos, but I'll explain it in detail to you. Start with the right leg. What happens is the leg comes up to the knee. So as you did with round and front, lift the knee up high. Now the part of the foot we are kicking with, I won't zoom in on the feet, but I will just show you for a second. The part of the foot we are kicking with, big misconception is, people sometimes think you're kicking with all of this. To me, that's a big no-no. Because there is nothing from here downwards, there is nothing reinforcing that part of the foot. So with a side kick, you would be kicking with this part of the foot, which is reinforced by the leg. So if you can just see the part of the foot that's not touching the floor, that's the part of the foot I want to kick with. Notice the big toe is up and little toe is down. That's the correct foot shape for a side kick. Try to avoid kicking with this. I've placed the whole blade on the floor now. I'll call it the blade. But it should be this part that connects. So we're kind of pulling the foot back, pushing the big toe up and pulling the big toe down, if that makes any kind of sense to you. And the side kick again comes around in a circular kind of motion. It's not as big as my Yoko Geri, but it certainly comes up and then changes direction. There's a really, really tight bend at the knee point. And there's different ways again you can do this kick. So first of all, Yoko Geri from a haikadech position. Foot comes up. I'll emphasize this so you can see the circle. So the foot comes up to the knee, and around. Back in and down. The kick must return. The kick returns the same way. If you're going to bring any kick back, front or round, side or back, it needs to return the same way as it came out. So if it comes out one way, it needs to return that way. The best thing to do is don't let it go out incorrect and back correctly. Let it go out correctly, and that way you must bring it back correctly. So without emphasizing the spin, bringing it past the knee, you bring it up to the knee, kick, back in and down. Now again, with round, with front, the supporting leg has to twist. It's very difficult to kick side kick, gain any height, gain any power and gain any balance with this foot pointing straight forward. So we don't kick side kick this way. You can see the height that I've got for my flexibility. I want to turn my heel towards where my kick is going. What that will help do is that will help power the hip into my kick, and it'll also give me more balance as well. Helps me open the hips, and also helps me have a bit more distance to my kick. So when we kick, I'll do it from a haikadech. So with my kick from this position, we come up and prepare, guard to where you're kicking. From this position, supporting leg, turns, forces the kick out and back. And as you can see now, the kick is more of an L shape. Now again, with side kick, this can be designed to push through and fall gracefully into stance for your next technique, whatever that may be. But you need to make sure again that the guard is aimed for where you're kicking. Don't kick from out here, side kick. Kick from a coiled position. Again, with the front and the round, same as the side. Avoid any kind of sideways lean. Your body needs to be as upright as you possibly can. The other way that you can do this kick is called Yoko. Similar to a side kick, has the same mechanics, but you push downwards with the foot. So rather than kicking straight out, as high as I can go, you actually kick knee higher, so the knee needs to come higher. Side kick we only bring parallel to the floor. Yoko, we need to bring the knee higher, and then we push downwards. The mechanics of this is the same. The mechanics of this is the same. The mechanics of the foot are the same, so the part of the foot you're kicking with all remain the same. The lean, you take away the lean. So for people that can't kick stomach level, thinking about maybe the older generation or less flexible, like myself, you can use this to kick downwards. You see this kicking things like basai dai, amongst other kind of kicks. Sansaru, you see this kicking. So when you're kicking, I'm kicking from a short stance now. Kick comes up and kicks downwards. If you can just see that downward angle. So we come up and kick down. Aiming for the knee. I know that was slightly below the knee level, but you're aiming for the knee at that point. Again, making sure that happens on the kick. Guard is where the kick is going, but also looking to where the kick is going as well. You cannot hit a target you can't see. So with every single karate technique that you do to practice, until you develop this sixth sense of not having to look, you need to be looking where the strike is going. You know, with every technique, side back fist, we don't do this. Side back fist, we look where the technique is going all the time. Eyes where you want your technique to be, regardless of technique. So I'll do it on this side for you for now. Up, kicks out, back in and down. And again, guard, eyes, making sure that you are kicking in the right position. You can do this to the front. So I'll do it this way. So you can do a side kick to the front. It's a little bit harder because you've got further to travel. And there's a little bit more to the mechanics of it. So from here, instead of just lifting to the knee, you have to bring the whole body around to execute your side kick to the front. From here to there. Side kick to the front works better with the front leg. Okay? You can imagine an attacker coming towards you. Rather than close the distance down by transferring the body weight forwards, transfer the body weight backwards and still execute your side kick. You can still come up this way, still prepare 90 degrees, foot's 90 degrees to your target, kicks out, back in and down. So you can kick with the front leg with any kick. You can kick with the front leg, kick with the back leg, it's entirely up to you. Kick from any stance you wish. The choice is entirely yours. But just some safety points to remember, as with round kick in particular, supporting leg must twist. It has to twist. We don't kick from this position without executing this. And again, with all kicks, supporting leg, slight bend in the leg. Okay. This can also be used from with all kicks. It can be used from the ground. I would say. I do practice with the kids, teaching them to do this from the ground, but that's another video for a later date. So when you're kicking, making sure that again there's protection there. So protect and then kick.